Today we have with us a very special guest, my dear friend, Miss Aanchal Verma, a person who is driven by creative ideas, who is driven by a lot of amazing thoughts, beautiful concepts, and yes, a passionate energy, what I could term it as. So Aanchal is a person who likes to like express her thoughts by means of blogs, by means of unfiltered Aanchal series, which she has started on Instagram and other platforms. Her experience is impeccable in terms of management. She is also leading a lot of teams and driving a lot of initiatives. So today, it's my pleasure, it's our pleasure, I could say, to have her with us in the house. And today we are going to discuss about her book, Seeking Validation. Hi, Aanchal. How are you?
Hi Shubham, I am doing great and thank you so much for filling me with these kind of energies. I would say because you mentioned a lot about me. Thank you for that beautiful introduction and I hope I am able to cope up with that.
Definitely, you'll do it, my friend. And yes, now your book, Seeking Validation, with the tagline, In Sawalon Ka Bhi Koi Jawab Nahi. So, like, what is the idea? What was the thought? What was the motivation behind writing such a book, Seeking Validation? And that too, like, as your very first book. So, Ansel, let us know all, like, what was the story behind this wonderful book?
As you mentioned that I have written a lot of blogs, I have co-authored, I have also headed a lot of content teams during events during college time. But an idea of full-fledged book was never on my plate. But during lockdown, I wrote a lot. I think I journaled a lot. And that just brought it to me that why not a full-fledged book? Why not write an entire book of my own thoughts? And also unfiltered Aanchal happened at that time, so I used to share my thoughts, my different perspective about various topics, and people used to relate to it. So I was like, okay, good, if people are able to relate to it, why not like a book? So that was definitely an idea to start writing a book. And my motivation behind it are a lot of things. I cannot do injustice to a lot of people by mentioning one or two names. So I would say everything around me, every situation, every person, whether it be like any kind of situation happening around me, a failure, a success, a lesson, I have learned from it. So I learn from anything and everything around me, and that is my motivation.
Fantastic, fantastic experience, Ansel. So, what is the thought or what is the takeaway for readers? Like, what should be the message that readers should take away with them when they complete reading your book?
Okay, so I feel more than the message or a takeaway, the major thing which I want readers to be able to do with it is to relate to it. And I think that is the hardest right now in this era, in this world, because everyone is just busy doing their own stuff. And we crave for that kind of feeling that may we be able to be relatable, may we be able to be understood by others. And I got this feedback from a lot of my readers, a lot of close friends, that when they were reading my pieces, my content from that book, they felt like having a heartfelt conversation with their friend, having a sip of coffee at 3 a.m. in the morning and having a chilled conversation. So I think I won hearts there. That was a victory for me for being able to be relatable in this world. That's it.
Fantastic again. And like your experiences are actually like giving me that kind of a vibe that yes, definitely I should also give it a try. So thank you for inspiring me on that aspect, Ansel. Now, like a common question which generally is asked always, and like I'll also try to bring it here because it is important.
Yeah.
So, what were the challenges that you actually faced while writing this book?
So the major challenge, I guess, is to make it readable enough because, like, you will agree definitely that a lot of people have moved on from reading. They prefer audiobooks, they prefer podcast, and I'm not against that. Like, I like doing that, but being able to be readable enough was the toughest challenge. And also, a lot of my friends do not like writing or reading a book definitely, so I had to make it precise, to the point, and at the same time convey the message which I am trying to convey there. That was one challenge. And again, the second one was time management because I was and I am doing multiple things along with it. So the crossing like coming across this kind of thought is one thing, but being able to complete it is another. So time management was a second challenge, and I should be thankful to everyone around me for that. Like they gave me enough time, they gave me this independence to experiment, fail, create two three drafts, and finally come up with the book.
Awesome, awesome. And one thing which I personally would like to know from you, because you also started as an author now with this book. So, what would be your piece of advice to someone who wants to start off into content, into writing, into
Mhm.
being an author? So, like, what would be your golden piece of advice to someone who wants to start now in this beautiful journey of writing?
Wow, if someone is starting or even thinking of starting, first of all, congratulations. You will be amazing. And my message is that a lot of ideas remain ideas because we do not have that kind of confidence, or we start to question our own selves. Like, will I be able to be relatable, or will I be do enough justice to my writing? So please know that if this thought has crossed your mind, if you have thought about writing a book, you can actually do it. So please give it a try. And my second advice will be, like, you will feel that it is imperfect, definitely, for sure. But an imperfect piece sitting like in front of people is much, much better than a draft saved there. So please go for it and be the unique you, because a lot of times when we question ourselves, we try to implicate someone else, we try to replicate someone else, like copy someone else. It's okay to take inspiration from others, but try to show the world who you truly are through your writing, because that's your biggest weapon. Please go for it.
When you mentioned about like keeping it as a draft or sending it ahead, it just gave me that vibe which I had when I saw Three Idiots, when Farhan, I think, wanted to like go for that international photography course, but he was not sending his stuff to
Yeah,
the
true.
expert.
Yeah,
So, like, thank you for adding that wonderful example. And as you mentioned, that you should definitely give it a try and just go for it, whatever it is. It might shine, it might outshine you, it might be an experience for you. So just give it a try, guys. And that brings us to the end of this segment. So thank you very much, guys, for like having us here. And especially Achal, thank you for sparing some time today and like being here. It was really fun to interact with you as always. And I look forward to many more interactions like this. So would you like to say
definitely.
something at the end now?
Definitely. If I can do it, like if I can give it a try, because I still feel like there is so much scope for improvement. So if I can give it a try, if you, Shubham, can give it a try, why not anyone or everyone else? So it's just we ourselves who are stopping like our own selves. Please don't do that to yourself. That's the biggest crime. Please go for it. Please give it a try. You will be proud of yourself, and that's what matters. And thank you, Shubham, for having this conversation. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's catch up really soon.
I'm happy. I'm happy actually to like be here. And it is always a fun experience to like talk to you. So
Yeah.
thank you for being here and see you again.
See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.